guys, welcome again to another video. My name is Stéphane Benville and I have a website called freedomacademyhq.com where I help people overcome their shyness and their social anxiety. So alcohol and drinking, right? Many people with social anxiety and shyness have a problem with alcohol because it's the wonder drug. It was for me. I felt like a social god when I was drunk, and I couldn't stand not being drunk when I was around other people. So this pushed me to use alcohol for any type of event because it started off where I was just kind of like, when I was in my teens, I was kind of like partying, and then it kind of led as the years went by, where I grew an addiction and I needed it more and more and more to be around people, and it led me to a point where I needed to be drunk to go to work. I needed to be drunk to even be around friends or even be around family sometimes. So I mean, this is really a good kind of like mix, right? So you have a socially anxious, maybe you're socially anxious, maybe you're shy, you've been shy all your life or something like that, and alcohol is like the wonder drug, right? It's like, you mean all I have to do is drink this and I'll feel comfortable around other people? Wow, cool. But obviously it creates much bigger problems than that. So in this video, I'd like to show you 3 tips that I've done to help myself overcome drinking addiction, okay? So the first tip is that you need to make the decision to stop drinking for good, for life, right? Because that's what you want, right? You want to quit for good. Because if you think that you can just quit and drink on, okay, I'll just drink on Fridays, or I'll just drink on Saturdays, or I'll just drink 3 times per year. At my birthday, at my best friend's birthday, if you have one, or at if I really need it, at marriage or something like that, where there's going to be a lot of people and I have no choice of being there, but I need to be there, I'll drink then. Doesn't work. I've tried that. I mean, I've tried that numerous times. I've tried that for years. I'll only drink on Fridays, or I'll only drink every month. Once every month. I'm allowed once every month. And you know what? It works for a couple months. You do it for a couple months. But I always went back to my old ways, because it's like, oh, okay, I only drink 1 month. Oh yeah, but my, I have this interview to go to or something like that. And I'll just drink this month, the only month I'll just drink 2 times, okay? And then the rest is history. You know how that goes. If you've been addicted to alcohol for long enough, you know what I'm talking about. So you need to create a contract with yourself, okay? You need to make this decision that you're gonna quit for good. Like, you want to never drink again, okay? And you want to make that clear as possible. So you want to have a clear plan in your mind that, listen, I don't want to have anything to do with alcohol anymore, and I'm not going to touch it ever again. And once you do that, it might create a mind shift a little bit, where it's like, now you have a mission and you understand now that you need to quit this for good, because for me, for a long time, it was like, do I really want to quit for good or do I not? I don't know. But once you make that clear, it allows you to put the stuff that is actually going to help you accomplish that goal in process, So something that you could do for that is basically create a sheet of, I've done this actually because I've read it in a book somewhere. I forget what's the book, sorry about that. But basically the person was saying that you could write a piece of paper, like a kind of like a contract, right? And you say, I, then you put a dotted line and you put your name, am committed to quitting drinking for good, and then you sign it at the bottom. And maybe you can cut that and put it on your wall or something where nobody can see it. But you know that you've made a pact with yourself. You know that you made a deal with yourself, okay? And you want to quit this for good. Make it official. So my second tip is basically it's basically the tip that helped me the most. And I don't see a lot of people talk. I've actually never seen anybody talking about this. But for me, okay, every time that I would try and quit drinking, because I quit drinking numerous times, which I'm going to talk about in my third tip, but I've tried quitting drinking like at least 25 times, okay? And each and every one of those 25 times, the main reason why I started drinking again was when I was around people, my old people that I used to hang out with, my drinking buddies, you know? So I quit drinking, and maybe I subconsciously understood that those people weren't the people that I should be hanging out with if I wanted to quit drinking, and I'd not see them for a couple of weeks or a couple of months even, and then everything would be cool. I'd quit drinking for a couple of weeks, and I was like, yeah, man, like, wow, I fixed my problem. I'm free from my addiction now, yay. And then I decided to go see those people, and you know, those types of people, they were kind of like making fun of me for not wanting to drink anymore. They were kind of making fun of me for trying to take back control of my life, you know. It's like, oh, why are you not drinking, man? Like, what, or pussy? Or it's like they would make fun of me like that, you know. And it's not that reason why I started drinking, but it's just being in that environment of people that are drinking that it made me feel as if, you know, it gave me pressure to start drinking again. And it was like, oh, come on, like my friends would used to say, come on, just one beer, come on, you can do it. And you know, I was like, well, you know, in my head I was like, well, you know, I did like fix my problem, right? I don't have, I'm not addicted to alcohol anymore because I quit for 3 months. So, I mean, the addiction is pretty much gone. Well, why don't I just have one beer? Or how about just this one time? Don't fall for it. It's a trap, okay? That's how it brings you back. And I've done that many times. I've done that like, I'm not kidding, like 15 times. That's the way that I started drinking again. And I used to go months without drinking, and then that would happen again. So try to just cut ties, okay? And because when I cut ties with the people that I used to drink with, my addiction was 10 times easier to stop. 10 times, I'm not even kidding, okay? So I know this might be hard to kind of like, oh, you mean I need to stop seeing the people I used to hang out with? If your alcohol is devastating your life, it's a no-brainer, right? Because if you quit alcohol, I'm telling you, it's going to change your life for the better. Guaranteed. Your life is going to be drastically different in a good way if you quit drinking. So cutting those ties, I mean, it might be a good thing, you know? Maybe you could find other people that are interested in other stuff that don't require drinking all the time. My friendships were based on alcohol. That's how we met. That's what we do. That's what we were based on doing, you know. It's like, oh, let's meet the guys and we're just gonna drink, watch movies, and, you know, I don't know, whatever. But you know, our friendship was based on that. So when I cut ties and I started meeting other people that were interested in some of the things that I was interested in, you know, that didn't require to drink all the time, my addiction was so much easier to stop. So take that into consideration. So the third tip, okay, and this is another one that I've never, maybe some people talk about it, I don't know. But I just, for me, okay, I referred to it in my second tip. I quit drinking like 25, maybe even more times. And what I mean by that is that I'd commit to stop drinking, and then I'd relapse. And I've done that numerous times, you know. So you need to understand that quitting drinking is not really something that you do one time. It's not like, okay, I quit and then it's gone forever, and then you relapse and you're like, oh, I guess the alcohol is stronger than me, so I can't defeat it. It's not like that. Quitting drinking is kind of like building a habit of quitting over and over. It's kind of like you're building a habit, you're quitting muscle, if you want. Because chances are that if you want to quit drinking, your result it's not going to happen on the first try. That's what basically I'm trying to say, okay? You're going to relapse a couple times. Maybe not. Maybe if you have strong enough willpower, that's not the case for you. But for me, it took me like 25 times, okay? So basically my third tip is that you need to quit and re-quit until it sticks, okay? So just keep that in mind, guys, because if you want to overcome your social anxiety and you are addicted to alcohol, this is like the number one thing that you could do for yourself. It's by far, like, I don't even try to have people take my course, my online course, if they are addicted to alcohol, because in that course it requires you to kind of look at your past, and it later in the program it requires you to start facing some of your fears, right? And if you're addicted to alcohol, it's not going to work, because you're going to use that crutch to do those exercises, and you're basically going to do those exercises for nothing, right? So quitting drinking is the first thing that you should do if you are addicted to that and you want to overcome your social anxiety. Or even if you don't have social anxiety and you just want to quit drinking, I mean, this is an amazing thing to do. You know, your life is, if you look at your life now and your life in the future, it's going to be drastically different the sober road. So if you want my personal help, I have this program, a free training where I show you the 2 things that I've done to overcome my social anxiety after I quit drinking, and you can click on the first link in the description box below and it's going to take you straight to it. It's free. I just want to show you exactly what I've done to overcome my social anxiety. So guys, thanks again, and I'll see you in the next video.